having a business, it's a commitment. It's not a hobby. It takes a lot of hard work, time, and effort. So if you do start, you really do need to be committed to it. I'm 17 years old. Thanks, I look older. Hey. I go to Providence College. I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity to go to such a great school. It really has a little logo over there. Yeah, I have an older sister who is studying as a real estate agent and a dad who is a marketing director. I love my family to bits. Guys, my family is so supportive. I wouldn't have been where I am today without them. So getting as much support as you can is so crucial. So in school, I study economics, business, hospitality, and maths lit. Yes, I don't take maths, and I still have 2 businesses. Never feel like if you take maths lit, you can't be successful, okay? Because I feel like a lot of people feel like when they take maths lit, I mean, when I was taking math, I did math, and I have a friend who sat next to me. I would literally sit in class and be like, oh my gosh, what is this? And then the teacher would be like, so today we are going to learn something new. And I was like, but I don't get what we just learned. What are we doing? Wait. And then when I moved to math lit, I learned stuff that I use in my business. I learned how to do costing. I learned about VAT and taxes. I use that stuff. It is so much better. My marks have gone up. So if you take maths lit, you're doing great. If you take maths, respect. I take my hat off to you. Because doing maths, it is a great thing, okay? It's great, okay? You can help the community and you can get paid for it. So my businesses sort of represent me. I'm a person who loves to be healthy, fit, live a healthy lifestyle and eat well. What you put in your body comes out. So my businesses, my pizza bases, they're thin, they're nutritious, they're not like high carbs and all that stuff. I know there's a whole carb talk, but I love food. I really love food. So working with food, great. And then frozen fruits, I got into one yesterday. I'll be like, I know. I finished it. But so I couldn't afford it. And at the same time, I'd take the box out and I'd be ready to make my smoothies, and then it's all mush, and I'd be like, oh, this is so gross. So my dad and I decided, we were like, let's look for a better product. And when I found this better product, I was like, hey, this is great, and the price is great. And from there, my dad was like, we could empty out the freezer, put a bunch in there, you could sell to your friends, because my friends make smoothies. And that's how it all started. From there, I grew. I got a bigger customer base. I started going on social media. I got my school involved. I entered competitions, and it's grown a lot. And it hasn't even been a year. I haven't even had my business for a year, and it's grown so much. And the fact that I could go to stores, get what I want, and look flawless. No, I'm kidding. The fact that I could, be so independent and pay for things myself, that was the greatest reward. Just having that independence, it's so great. And my business, it doesn't only make a change in my life, but it makes a change in other people's lives. About a few months ago, I got involved with someone else who has their own business in my school. It's called Project 18. This boy actually, on his 18th birthday, instead of having a party where he, did 18-year-old things, he was like, I'm going to save up all that money that I would have spent on my birthday, and I'm going to make a non-profit organization, and I'm going to donate all that money into dog food. So there were dogs that were in homeless shelters, and they couldn't afford to feed the dogs. So instead of spending that money on himself, he raised so much money that he was able to buy tons. Lasted 1 month. So he has made it his mission. It's actually, I'll show you later. It's called Project 18, to continuously provide food for dogs. So some people's biggest doubts are, how could a 16-year-old manage a business and juggle school and a social life and got puberty going on? It's terrible. It's terrible. But it's possible. It is so possible, and I actually think becoming a teen entrepreneur has been the best thing for me. I think it's influenced my school marks, my social life, and I've really learned so much about myself on this journey. Teenager, and you're like, I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I don't understand myself. I don't know what I'm going through. You learn so much in business. I know that I hate finance. I will never be an accountant, okay? If you start talking like figures to me, this is also why I take math lit. But anyway, if you start talking figures to me, I'll be like, okay, I don't know what this is. And then but at the same time, marketing, oh my goodness. I could sit on social media for a long time. So like TK said, social media can be your worst enemy, but it can also be your best friend. When I started going on social media, I found out so many ways on how I could market my products, engage with people, really broaden my customer base. So social media has really helped in that sense. I mean, I post videos and I get 2,000 to 3,000 views. If I had to spend money to get views, I'd get at least 10,000 views. That's major. Never feel disheartened that you can't start now. I mean, Picasso painted his first picture at the age of 8. Joan of Arc led the French army to victory at the age of 18 years old. Everyone started somewhere, not knowing how much success they would achieve. Just as much as you guys are sitting here right now. You could start right here, right now. You don't know how much potential you hold in these chairs today. TK said, start by knowing what your passion is. My passion is food, okay, but also having a healthy lifestyle. So I could go on for hours talking about having a healthy lifestyle and putting good things into your body, how it actually impacts your life. And I actually feel so good about what I do because it's not at the same time just making money, it's improving lives. Nobody's perfect, we all make mistakes, and the only way to grow is to learn from them. You have to make mistakes in order to grow and learn from them. I've made so many mistakes on this journey, and the only way that I've gotten to where I am today is by making mistakes. And I love it. I love it when I make mistakes. So I'm like, okay, now I'll learn, it's fine. I'll never do this again. And then I do it again, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do it again, and then I don't. Because you have to make mistakes. So from working with people, I've really learned a lot of social skills, and this is also where I learned a lot about myself. I learned that I was actually quite shy when it came to meeting new people and talking to them, and I really learned how to take risks and how to adapt and how to feel comfortable and what people actually want, because if you're going to sell a product, you have to sell yourself first. Because if I have to go up to someone and be like, hey, I sell berries, not making eye contact, you're not going to want to buy from me because I don't sound like I'm confident in my product. If you go, hey, my name's Anna Taylor, I sell products, I sell frozen berries, they're very nutritious, low price, great quality, you're selling yourself, and therefore you are making money. You have to have a professional view, you have to have a professional image. But at the same time, you still got to be a teenager, you still got to have fun. That's why I'm not going to stand here today so everyone needs to start a business and having a business is great. No, I'm still a teenager, I'm still young, I still have fun, I still go out, but I want me to focus on my business and it's just getting too much, I'm just going to give the business up. And they were like, Amber, no, you can't do this. There are hard times, but you can't give up. And then I had to go and I had to sit down and be like, why is this so hard? Why am I struggling? And I realized it was because I was being lazy. I was being disorganized. I wasn't advertising effectively. So I wasn't putting in enough effort to get results. So I had to sit back, I had to put in the effort, I had to organize my business, and that made life 10 times easier. Being organized makes life 10 times easier, just emphasizing that. I had to start posting more. I had to start advertising a lot harder. I had to start, networking with people. And from there, it was just going up and up and up and up. And when you're up there, or every time you get onto another level, it reminds you of why you started this. You get some sort of feeling of fulfillment that jokes aside, having a great support system can help you so much. Whether it's your friends, your family, family, friends, you need to ask for help because adults know what's best. They have been out there, they know what the world's like, they know how businesses work. So I didn't start this by just, going to the shop and buying it money. My parents had to loan me money and I had to start paying them back until I was financially independent enough to not actually have to ask for money anymore. So, you can ask for help, you can ask for money. You sometimes need a lot of money to start off a business depending on what you're doing, but you will build up until you are financially independent enough to not ask for money anymore. Problems, and you turn them into business solutions. So if anyone complains about anything, I take it as an opportunity, not a threat. I think, what could I do with this? What business could be made out of this? And this is how my dad helped me, because this is how I started both of my businesses. With the pizza bases. We were buying pizza bases from the shops, and we were looking at it, and I was like, no, the base is too thick, and it's so expensive, and then we remembered there was another restaurant we went to actually supplies other restaurants, and their bases were thin, crispy, so it was everything, it was perfect, it was great. So we were just ordering and supplying that obviously to other customers. So yeah, rather take problems as solutions. A lot of patience. You have to be so patient in this world because you can't just snap your fingers and things happen. At one point, I ran out of stock and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to order. And I had so many orders coming through and I had nothing to give them. And then when I contacted my suppliers, they were like, yeah, we'll give it to you. A month later, I only got the stock. By that time, I had lost so many customers. So I had to plan in order to still keep the business running. You have to have so much patience. Also, people out there can sometimes be very mean. They can have criticism, and you have to be patient with that. You can't let your anger get the best of you, but rather take the criticism as a good thing. Learn from it. If they say, I didn't like this product because it was tasteless, be like, okay. And then you try it, and then you're like, okay, I actually get where they're coming from. I'm not going to do this again. I'm not going to use this product again because, it's not getting the sales that I want. So yeah, patience is very important. Effort makes marks. I wasn't putting in enough effort, and I wasn't achieving anything. And then almost every subject, I've been able to relate it to my business. So this has also helped me understand my schoolwork. In hospitality, we do costing, and I'm like, oh wow, I know this. In business studies, we learn so much about entrepreneurship and working with people. And I get such high marks in my class because I have a better understanding than most of the people in my class. They just know the basis of it, but I actually have experience. So I can put in so much more because of that experience. I can understand, yeah, but that makes sense because in my business I do this and this and this. So it really does help. It really, it has such a big effect on what you do in school. Advice to you would be to start now. Whether it's a big or small idea, you have to start now because, if you don't start today, then when is it going to happen? Start planning now. Just plan. And then from there, move forward. Start asking questions. Start, investigating, finding out where you could get a supplier or, grow over time. So, like she said, starting young has many benefits of getting knowledge and experience. Selling metal straws, and she owns the C-Sip straws. So she's creating awareness. At the same time, she's made it a business to help Soul and Spirit. They started when they were 12 years old. It's two sisters, Courtney and Taylor. And they've started a clothing thing because they... I want to be a